Hello. Pleasure to have you guys back again. This is another race that I did have this past weekend. This one today is with the Venus Motorsport F4 League. And today we're racing at Tor Poznan. I didn't record the qualifying sadly, but I did qualify P2 behind Bobby, 2.5 tenths back, which is not good. Of course, Wasi Abdullah put up competitive times, base canon as well. Then J2 Quick, Marco, Matt, and Mario. Rest of the top 10. We did have a 13 car grid today. And it was a pretty good race from my end, more eventful, I'd say. And yeah, we're just gonna go to lights out over here. And I will admit, no, I won't admit, I did have a good start. But what happened was I missed a gear shift, a third gear here. I missed that gear shift, and that just gave Wase the jump over me at the start, which not good, but you know, nothing I could do there. So dropped down a position behind Bobby now, who was pole. Of course, Wase was P3, so he got that jump, but it's fine at this point. They can fight it out, so I just tried to hold the inside here, but sadly I got rear-ended by Abdullah. Unfortunate, lost almost all positions there. I dropped down to 10th, went back up to 9th, and yeah, not the best start for me here today. It's a 15-minute race. Tor Poznan is a Polish track, very fun, especially in these F4 cars because the track feels very big for racing. And you know, just trying to get back up. I do overtake 7th there because it spins out, but racing here with Marco, and he does beat me out this time. Tried to make a move down the inside a few corners ago. He moved a little late for my liking, but you know, he defended well and I couldn't get the overtake on him. So right now, just, you know, have to take stock of my position. P8, not a good start, but you know, now it's a recovery process and better content for you guys. Yeah, so behind Marco here, I did extend for my setup. I extended the final, I extended the 6th gear, just so that the slipstream moments like this one, I'd have more room to get past them. And I thought I did get past Marco here, but you know, credit to him. For me, my feelings about Marco Stardic is that he's very good when it comes to race day. Like during the race session, maybe qualifying isn't his strong suit, but on race is like as good as anyone. So I couldn't get past him, or at least I did briefly. But you know, an excellent over under move, I tried to defend from him, but he got me back and I had to settle up behind him again. So you know, not easy. At this point, you know, I'm thinking I'm losing so much time to this guy, but you know, he doesn't care about that, and he defends the inside well when I tried the over under move on him. So yeah, back behind, not the best situation for me, but just have to push, you know. A little bit of gravel out. The cars ahead were also battling, and someone rejoining the attack, and that's G2 Quick. Didn't have the best set of corners, and Marco was compromised for this corner, 2nd lap in a row. But I still couldn't get past him, which was unfortunate. Although right here, I think, now this will be controversial, but I'd say, yeah, he didn't leave me enough space there. You guys can pause the video, go back and look at the space he gave me, look at the radar and like the physical car on track. I wasn't amused. Like looking back, I felt like, you know, there's a lot of room on the outside, and in the final corner of Tor Poznan, it's actually faster to take the outside line when overtaking, which is why he stayed on the outside. But I don't know why he squeezed me so tight, but he did, and I dropped down to 11th with that spin. So this is bad to worse, from 2nd to 11th, and you know, already lost so much time. Now 20 seconds behind Bobby. 4 minutes into the race. 4 minutes into the race, I've lost 20 seconds. So yeah, not good. Behind Abdullah now, who hit me at the start, and Marco, who hit me like a few corners ago, and they hit each other right here. A nice kiss on Abdullah by Marco, and I won't complain because Abdullah is also a fast guy because he did qualify 4th. So yeah, 10th now, still losing a lot of time, 1.1 seconds down, and it's just like a horror show basically for me during this race session. And behind Marco here, heading around the final corner, I was just trying to take stock because I have to get past Marco and all the other guys ahead, which is not the best thing to think about, but Marco solves part of that equation for me and decides to spin himself out. And thank you. So we'll be able to cut to when I catch the cars in front right there. Took me about 6 minutes, which is what, 3 laps? 3.5 laps? So cut up to the cars in front. It was J2 Quick, Sanf, Hokos as well. There was Diego. It was a whole fight. It was awesome. Can't wait for you guys to see it. But 8th place right now. Marco, I think, was just spinning a lot behind and he wasn't able to catch up, but I did catch up to these guys over the past 6 minutes with just consistent lap times in the 26s. And just have to try overtake these guys. J2 Quick, if you can't tell by his name, is actually pretty quick, and Sanf is very much I wouldn't say he's as rough as Kevin Magnussen. If you watch F1, especially in 2024, but he loves racing side by side, so he's very good within another more race session guy. So coming up behind these guys, Hercos had an off moment there, which also allowed him to join this train. And yeah, a lot of homework for me to do here. A lot of work, yeah, you know what I mean. So they get compromised around T1, and this being such a fast track, if you couldn't tell already, you really step below 4th gear on this track. It's these side-by-side moments really punish lap times. And you can see I was 1 second back on these guys around the start of the race, but start of the lap, but now I'm caught up. And Wase, who was fighting with Bobby at the start, has lost so much time already. Sorry for bopping with that spin, and Diego also with a spin of his own. So right now we're in a train of P3 to P7, which for me, as someone who wants to fight back through the crowd, you could say it's a good thing, you could say it's a bad thing, because right now everyone is close for you to fight with, but also the problem is everyone is close to fight with, so it's very easy to crash and lose time. But just trying to take stock of my place here. As I said in my last video, I'm a pick my moments type of guy, and J2 Quick, already did P6 for me, just moved over kindly, which thank you, mate. If you watch this video, I don't mean it badly, but Harkus also gets a message and moves over. Wow, guys are so kind in the server, man. I can't believe it. Guys are just parting the seas, bro. But no complaints there. Right now, P5. I mean, not good for content-wise, because obviously you guys are hoping for some racing, but good for me race-wise. 36 minutes left, so we're about 11 minutes from halfway. And that's a lot of the race has already gone. 26 seconds now behind Bobby, which is not ideal considering I started right next to him. But my goal, at least minimum, is to never move back on the grid from quali. So if I start second, minimum I have to do is finish second, etc. So right now that's just my goal, just try and get second. Of course, I have third in front of me, and podium is always nice. I'll always take a podium every day of the week, but second has just that little something, which I really appreciate. So right behind Sanf over here, and I do manage to get a better exit through here, and I'm sitting much better in his slipstream, because the slipstream is about, you need a 0.5, 0.4 gap to really get in it, and I do get in some sollies away from Diego. So self-defense the inside, I don't recommend that. I feel the better line is on the outside into turn 1, like in the final corner, and I do get that overtake done, thankfully, which is very kind of him, but he does fight back, and we had a bit of a debate here. He was saying I pushed him on the grass, but if you can see on the radio, like, I think he just he thought I was wider than I was. So dispatch, send dispatch J to dispatch Hercus. Right now it's Diego's turn. Time to fight Diego, and right behind him, go for the dive, you know, just try to put him off. But I don't get alongside enough for the next corner. I have to slot back in behind him. And all this time, still losing time to Bobby in front. And at this point, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't compare myself to Bobby. I think P1 is long gone, but it's a good idea just to like compare overall speed, lap times, because right now he's in the clean air. He's not fighting anyone. He had a significant gap to base behind. So Bobby and Base Cannon, who was P2, are running pretty much quali laps right now, while the rest of us have been fighting. That does lose us a lot of time, but luckily for me, right now I get very close to Diego, getting his slipstream, and he holds it outside like he should. He knew the better line there, but I had enough of a speed diff thanks to that setup tweak I made with the 6th gear to make it longer for slipstream. That helped me get that move done, and he wasn't as close to me as Sanford, so he's not able to make that immediate fight back and, you know, try to get his position back, and I was able to dispatch him that way. Mario here just came out from his pit stop. This race does need one pit because the fuel tank is not big enough to last 15 minutes, but managed to get past Mario. A big compromise line for Diego, and he does miss his apex as well as Senf, and that just gets me away of the slipstream completely, and I managed to fully get them off my back, focus on my race now. 27.8 seconds behind now, behind Booby. Not ideal, but you know, time to do what I do best, which is just those consistent push laps during the race session. Just that consistency, because I feel like consistency is one of my, if not my strongest factor when it comes to race day. I do get consistent. I don't really crash much on my own, and that's what I was able to do for a bunch of laps now. So a bit about Tor Poznan. It's really, if you see the thumbnail I put up, I described it as Polish Silverstone because of, especially in this car, how fast it is. A lot of quick chicanes, quick side-by-side corners, and side-by-side corners, quick lefts, quick rights, very flowing, especially when you drive it. The main difference, I'd say, between this track and Silverstone, of course, is the amount of the bumpiness of the track, especially in the corner entries, because you'll notice I lock up a lot, and that's simply because the car is bouncing so much. As you can imagine, like, you know, up and down in the braking zone. You need to be very stable, and you need to learn what curbs you can take, especially in this F4 car, because, you know, it's not a road car. It's not like something which can handle these curves. Also, you need to be really careful. You need to be careful on the power as well. Very easy to lose the rear in this F4 car, but Tor Poznan, very nice track, very fun to drive, full recommend. Put it on the calendar for this F4 league. This is the 3rd round, but yeah, super enjoyable. I'm going to cut forward to when I do eventually catch base from that 9-second gap we had. Right now it's down to 3. There was a pit stop in the middle of that all. I didn't feel the need to show it because it was pretty boring content-wise again, and I had to cut down a 50-minute race to below 20-minute video because of you TikTok fried brains for views. But managed to catch up to base here. Well, not exactly catch up, but you get what I mean in a few corners. And 6 minutes back left of the race, you know, taking stock of everything. Not so bad to find myself in P3 at this moment, although I have moved back. But you know, the 6 minutes left, just let's try to catch base cannon, you know. Try to at least finish where we started at a minimum. No one cares about the amount of race time, and base cannon, you know, just, it's like, I don't know, Moses in Exodus or something, just fucking hit his staff on the ground and the Red Sea just parted. Like, these guys, I don't know, man, they just love me so much. Just move over for me. And yeah, that's how I managed to get back into second. Another boring race gain, I know, but what can I do, man? Nothing, not for me, nothing I'm doing directly. So I just cut forward to the final lap to show you guys just, you know, small conclusion. Bobby's quickest lap over this race was a 25.5. Mine was a 25.8. But if you look at the times down at the bottom of the screen, I didn't lose that much time comparative to him after getting past all the other guys, because right now it's been 26 seconds for a very long time. So definitely, if I didn't have those difficult moments over the first 2 laps, me and Bobby would have had a very tight race, much tighter than it should have been. But I'm very thankful, you know, being able to come back. If you've noticed over the video, my right hand tire was green, flashing Christmas lights green and red, and that's because, I don't know, the CSP for this game, custom shaders patch, it's messed up my tires and the blacks don't handle well. But yep, end of the race for me. Very happy with my overall speed, very happy with what I was able to do, set my fastest lap on the last lap, and yeah, overfueled a little bit, but overall very successful race. Bobby managed to get points back on me, but no complaints overall. Very happy with my driving, and yeah, see you guys next time.